Good morning, Lakeview, or afternoon, whatever time it is when you're setting your eyes on this video. Hope all is well. It is Wednesday. There's snow on the ground. It's the 1st of March. Easter is like 3.5 weeks away. My mind's blowing up. That's crazy. We are a couple weeks into the season of Lent, and that has been an exciting and enjoyable journey. I hope you were able to be with us or check out Sunday's message on giving, the spiritual discipline and practice of giving. And I'm enjoying this time and this kind of walk through Lent as we look at spiritual disciplines, practices that help us engage in the journey toward the cross, and not just in the season of Lent, but all of the time. These disciplines and practices that slow us down, that help us recognize the call to be with Jesus in relationship with Him, these moments of slowing our life down to allow ourselves to hear from God. And that'll continue this week. And I'll be out of town. It's Wednesday when I'm recording this, and I'm going to be getting on a plane here shortly to fly to Seattle. And I'll be spending about a week on Orcas Island, part of kind of an annual pilgrimage that I take with some of the guys that I graduated with from my doctoral program. And it's great. It's an opportunity to reconnect, to unplug, to spend some time with the Lord in planning, preparation, and spiritual conversation to sharpen myself and who I am. So these kinds of things are, again, this is for me a part of my rule of life, a part of those things that I've built into my life to care for my soul, and things that I'm hoping we can continue to talk about, that all of us can find and experience. And it looks different for everybody, but these are the things that help us, that we have learned as we engage with Scripture, as we look at the life and ministry of Christ, the early church, the 2,000 years of church history that teach us about the disciplines and practices of engaging in time with the Lord. So this Sunday, I'll be gone, and our staff, our women clergy that are a part of our church are all at a conference it's the Wesleyan Holiness Women's Clergy Conference, and so I'm excited that they all get to go and participate in that together. So this Sunday, Connor Fajardo, who some of you will know, some of you will recognize, he's been a part of our church since the summer, and is interning with us and helping out in some significant ways, particularly with our youth and helping with Pastor Dorian and his age level ministry on Sundays, and Connor's involved in a variety of ways. A recent NU grad, he'll tell more of his story, I'm sure, on Sunday. But he's going to be talking about silence and solitude. As I laid out the disciplines that are left that I felt that I want us to look at, he grabbed silence and solitude. So I'm really excited for Connor. He's so excited to preach, has a call to ministry, is pursuing that. He's an NU grad from the Christian ministry department, and is excited to continue to explore what God's doing in his life and all that God is leading him on. So I'm grateful to have a congregation like ours where we're surrounded by students and adults who are pursuing a call to ministry, and that we're a space where people can do that, where they can explore those things with us. And so I am excited for Sunday. I'm excited for Connor and the opportunity for you to hear from him, and for him to shape us and to speak to us out of his experience and what the Lord is laid on his heart. So come excited for this opportunity. And particularly with these disciplines, a lot of these things are different. They're not common. They're not things that we typically talk about or engage with in the church. And which is both true and untrue at the same time. It's true that there are branches of Protestantism, especially the evangelical movement, that does not embrace some of these practices, but the reality is silence and solitude, scripture reading, prayer, fasting, meditation, Sabbath. These are all things that are baked into the Christian story and all throughout Scripture, modeled by Jesus and the early disciples. They're a part of God's leading the people of Israel to be a set-apart people, are these practices and disciplines. I think where we come into resistance is we just don't like to be told what to do. We don't like this kind of structure. It makes us uncomfortable. And sometimes we just don't like things that are new and different. And so for us, as we engage with this, as you hear Connor talk about silence and solitude, just embrace the reality that it's just different, and have a sense of curiosity of what does this mean, and what might be God calling me to, and what does silence look like in my life, or what are the ways where I practice silence and don't even realize it? What are the ways in when I'm needing to just be alone and have some moments? Or what are the ways in which I never want to allow myself to be alone and always need noise and always need something going on around me? What am I afraid of? Right? What is going on underneath the surface that I'm trying to ignore, that I'm just distracting myself constantly, that I'm not able to sit with and deal with? And silence and solitude is God calling us into the deeper parts of ourselves, the parts that he knows, that Psalm 119 will speak so clearly of. He knows us full well and wants us to sit with those things so that he can purify those things and continue the sanctifying work in us. And if we're just filling our lives with noise, we aren't able to calm ourselves and quiet ourselves for the Lord to do that work. So press in, and I'm excited for Connor and for this opportunity for us to hear from him. So have a great week, and we will see you later.